Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So in today's video, I'm going to be testing out a full face of all of this year's 2020 Allure Beauty product winners. If you're not familiar with the Allure Beauty Awards, which I'm sure you probably are, everybody knows that little red dot. Basically, each year Allure does these beauty awards. There are two kinds. First, the editors one. So basically all the beauty editors over at Allure that, they spend their year testing products and then they pick, like the final winners for each category. But then there's also the Reader's Choice Awards. So, everybody tests and votes on their favorite product. I just feel like everybody, I know for me personally, if a product does have that little red dot, that little Allure stamp of approval, I myself am definitely more likely to purchase it, and it's used, on the Sephora website and stuff. It's very, very well known. Whether or not it's 100% accurate, I'm not totally sure because there's always room for brands, paying the editors, I guess. But personally for me, I've usually found the winners to be really, really good quality products, and I generally do agree with the opinions. But here in front of me, I have a full collection of all of the products that have won. So either won the editor's one or won the Reader's Choice one. We're going to go through it, we're going to test them, and we're going to see whether or not, I guess, I actually agree, and if I think that they do deserve to be on the winners list. So if you're interested in seeing that, please stick around, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and let's do this. First up for primer, I've got the Pat McGrath one. The full Pat McGrath skin fetish skincare system was part of one of the Splurge winners, so I'm going to be using the primer and the foundation. I'm not going to be using the setting powder. The setting powder I'm going to be using is one that won another category, but we'll certainly use these two today. I personally quite like the Pat McGrath primer, although I'm not really finding myself reaching for it every day. I always tend to reach for my Holy Grail primers instead, but it is very nice. It's lightweight, and it does have some skincare ingredients in it. Do I necessarily think it's worth the price? No. I think if you're going to invest in Pat McGrath, definitely the foundation and the concealer, as far as the skin goes, that's money well spent. But the primer does feel lovely on the skin. It's a very, very lightweight. It feels quite softening. It is quite a nice primer, so I do understand, although, is it worth the price? It's very pricey. No. Personally, I don't think so. For foundation, I'm going to be going in with the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. This one was one of the editors' choice, their winners. But I do also have here, the winner of the Reader's Choice was the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I'm personally not really a huge fan of this foundation. I don't feel like it looks that great on my skin, and I don't feel like it controls oil or shine that well during the day. However, I do love the Pat McGrath one. This is just it's so beautifully natural on the skin. It's radiant, it's lightweight, it's breathable, and it just makes your skin look perfect. So totally agree with this choice, totally. All right, so I'm just gonna apply a nice thin layer of this one to my skin. You'll see as I'm applying it, it looks like Photoshop on the skin, but it still looks really pretty and natural and soft, and you can still sort of see your skin shining through. It's a beautiful product. All right, so this one is all blended on the skin. See how it gives coverage, but there's still radiance. There's still, your skin, it makes your skin look really, really pretty. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Certainly, it's one of my Holy Grail favorite foundations for 2020. So yeah, it definitely deserves to be in the winners. For brows, one of the winners was this little pencil by NYX. This is the Fill and Fluff eyebrow pencil. It's essentially basically a total dupe to the Fenty one. It's got exactly the same design, exactly the same brush, but this is basically like a pomade style pencil. You've got your sort of triangular tipped pencil at one end, and at the other end you've got what looks sort of like a little toothbrush, and then you can use that to brush through the product through the brows to make them look more natural. So I don't believe I have actually tested this before. I've definitely tried the Fenty one. Oh, it's definitely a very creamy texture. And I mean, it's not particularly difficult to use or anything, but I also wouldn't say that the actual pencil is as easy to use as some of my other favorite brow pencils. I do definitely feel like it's exactly the same formula as the Fenty, and the little brush on the end is really awesome for moving the product around. I would say, yeah, I understand why people are obsessed with this one and why it's one of the winners. It wouldn't certainly be my first choice, but I can see that it is fairly easy to use. Really awesome dupe for the Fenty one, honestly. It's exactly the same product. And then another winner for the brow category is the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is a brow gel that has got those little volumizing little fibers in it. It's tinted, and basically it's got a tiny little spoolie as well. You probably are very familiar with it. Basically, it makes the brows fluffier and fuller and look a lot thicker and a lot denser and hairier than they would naturally. I do really like this product, and again, I do understand why it is a winner. I personally think that this one does a really, really awesome job. It makes my brows look so thick and full. We're definitely going for like a dramatic brow today, aren't we? But with those two products paired together, that is the before and that is the after. So definitely a very dramatic difference. They look much fuller and much thicker than my brows do normally. So I'm going to quickly do this brow and then I'll be back. All right, moving on to the eyeshadow now, and I'm so glad that this palette is one of the winners. It totally deserves to be. It's probably my favorite. Yeah, my favorite drugstore palette of the year for sure. And it's the Maybelline Nudes of New York. I love this palette. It's got really, really beautiful, rich nude tones. Lots of really nice browns, shimmers, mattes. It's just stunning. You guys have seen me use this in so many other videos. So yeah, we're going to be using this one to create a bit of a natural sort of looking eye today. I'm going to start out with some of the lighter colors, and then I might richen it up, and then we might deepen it up, and maybe we'll play with some shimmer because why not? Why not? So first going into Creator, this medium, kind of a light-ish matte brown. I'm just going to work that one directly through the crease. One of the other reasons why I loved this palette too is because they are so blendable. I have tried a lot of Maybelline eyeshadows, and to be fair, a lot of other drugstore eyeshadow palettes, and you know, sometimes they're just, you know, they're not that easy to blend, especially deep, dark, matte colors. I've been really, really quite astonished at how good this palette is and how easy it is to work with. So just buffing this one through as a transition, and then we might start to deepen things up. I'm not going to go too intense with the eyes today. Again, probably I'll say that, and we do. All right, going in with Explorer now. It's sort of like another medium matte brown, slightly deeper than the last. I'm kind of going to pack that one over the top, and also I'll start working that one probably a little bit onto the lid as well. They really are so smooth and silky. Totally, I think this palette's worth every cent, and it's drugstore, so it's quite affordable. All right, we're going to start to get a little deeper now, so I'm going to pick up this one here. What's it called? Voyager. A deep dark matte brown, and I'm just going to gently pack that in the outer corner of my eyes. And then I'll come back in with that medium brown that I used before this one just to sort of blend it through. And then we'll add some shimmer and we'll be good to go. And then taking one of my fingers, I'm going to pick up this gold color here. This is called Inspirer. And I'm going to gently pack that on the inner part of my eye. One thing that I will say is the shimmers in this are sort of more like satin shimmers. Like they're not like super, you know, crazy intense, like blinding wet metallics. They're like sort of like sort of satin shimmers. And then lastly, to finish the look, I'm going to take Originator, which is like this sort of shimmery champagne. I'll pop that right on the inner corner as well. And I'll highlight the brow bone, and then I'll just run those sort of medium browns through the lower lash line as well. All right, next up for eyeliner. One of the eyeliner winners was the Maybelline Hyper Easy. I actually, this is another product that I really, really love and adore. Totally think, you know, one of the best eyeliners out there. This one's a little bit different to the Maybelline Master Precise that I also love because it is actually a brush tip. It's still extremely fine, really deep, dark, sort of inky pigment. Really, really long lasting. You can get a really crisp line with it. I really like this one. You can just get such a sharp, crisp line with this without needing to clean it up with a brush. It's really awesome. So coming in, connecting that line, and then filling that wing in. Perfect. And I feel like you do get pretty much a perfect wing with this every time. So yeah, Again, totally deserving to be a winner. All right, then finally for eyes, we have lashes. Now, the mascara, and this is one that did surprise me. Although Too Faced Better Than Sex was on there as well, and I was like, no, I still don't understand why people are so obsessed with that. But the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Brag Volumizing Mascara was one of the, I'm pretty sure it was one of the editor's choices. The Maybelline Falsies was one of the reader's choice, but this was one of the editor's choices. So we're going to try this out. I actually have never tried this mascara. So yeah, I'm curious to see what it's like, see how it goes. It's got a very, very similar brush to the Too Faced one. So yeah, hopefully the formula of this one doesn't smudge on me as bad as the Too Faced one, because that one is so bad. Like, I just end up looking like a raccoon. It does feel like quite a nice dry formula, which is promising. I do love a dry formula for sure. Oh yeah, not bad. I wouldn't say it's as good as the Marc Jacobs one that I tried last week? I did really quite like that one. But it's definitely got sort of more like a moussey dry formula. And it is definitely, as you can see on the side, definitely building up length and volume. Without sort of making them look too spidery or too like gluggy and like sticking together. Yeah, it's not too bad. I wouldn't say that it does wonders for my lower lashes. Like, maybe they look a little bit spidery maybe. But it's not too bad. I wouldn't say it's one of my faves. And then for lashes, editor's choice were some lashes from Velour. I'm pretty sure these are the right ones, but they were kind of like the most natural sort of looking ones. So these are the Can't Be Tamed. These are mink lashes. And they are certainly like, yeah, there's a lot of volume and there's a lot going on there. So let's pop these on and see what they look like. All right, so these are the lashes on. I must admit, I do really like how light and fluffy they sort of look. But at the same time, I'm not used to such thick bands, so my eyes are kind of like cracking out and are watering everywhere. I'm hoping that they'll get used to it. But yeah, like as far as like overall look, the lashes do look really pretty. Lots of volume. They really open up my eyes. I'm just used to much thinner bands, so whew, hopefully we'll be okay. Moving back onto the skin, I have one of the Reader's Choice winners here, and that is Tarte Shape Tape. Tarte Shape Tape just truly continues to be everybody's ultimate favorite, doesn't it? Like year after year, I feel like Tarte Shape Tape continues, like you just can't beat it. Everybody tries to dupe it, but you just can't beat it. This is another product that I really love as well. Totally, like you just get insane coverage. And it actually stays put without creasing and without transferring, without moving during the day. And also, actually, speaking of creasing and transferring and stuff, I will be wearing this makeup all day. So if, you know, I've got anything to update on any of the products, you know, I'll let you know. Just looks so smooth when you blend it out too. Like, your skin's been airbrushed and no pores. It doesn't emphasize texture. It doesn't go crepey. It's really like a super nice concealer. Totally get why it is one of the winners. The coverage is amazing too. Like it just covers, I feel like it covers up everything. It's so good. Okay, so that one is pretty much all blended in. So we're going to move on to setting powder. I must say I was surprised by this. I did think people would choose Laura Mercier, but this one was actually one, I'm pretty sure one of the editor's winners, the editor's choice. The Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch setting powder, loose setting powder. It does come in different shades. I've got banana here, but I know that it does come in different shades. So this one's more of like a tinted, like it will give the skin like a very sort of slight tint. I remember being not that fussed with this powder. Like I remember not thinking, oh, you know, this is the worst powder in the world, but I also wasn't that fussed. I much preferred the pressed one that she did, and it was like super silky and I think intended to be carried in your handbag for touch-ups. I really quite liked that powder that they did, but this one I was like, I don't know. It doesn't look bad on the skin, but I also just, yeah, I'm not left wowed by it. I feel like I've got other powders that do a much nicer job and give me a much smoother, sort of cleaner finish. So, but yeah, that is the powder. The bronzer winner was this one by Benefit. Again, another product that I totally get and that I totally agree with. Like she is a winner by far. The Benefit Hoola Matte Bronzer. Now they do have like the Benefit regular bronzer, I'm pretty sure, but it was also the caramel shade that was the winner. I loved the caramel shade. I'm pretty sure they brought this out was it the middle of last year maybe? It's really, really rich and quite a lot warmer than the original Hoola, which sort of more has like more cool undertones. This one's gorgeous, so you can contour and bronze with it. I find it to be the perfect sort of multitasking kind of bronzer. And it is also like insanely pigmented, but at the same time without being patchy and like choppy and like really, really difficult to apply. Normally bronzers that are like super, super pigmented are quite often very, very difficult to blend out, but I don't find it at all with this one. Like it's so beautiful on the skin, and it gives you such like a warm, but not too warm kind of a glow. I love it. So applying this one all up around my hairline as well. Just sort of working it into the skin. This is another product that you guys have seen me use heaps. She's a fave. I've loved it since it launched, and I will continue to love it probably forever. All right, for blush, we do have a couple of options. The Reader's Choice winner was NARS Orgasm. This is another product that I just still, like year after year, everybody still loves and is obsessed with it. It's a really pretty coral kind of a color. But then it also does have like a beautiful sort of gold undertone and kind of like an iridescent shift on the skin. It's really, really pretty. And then the editors chose the ColourPop blush sticks. I was quite surprised by this. I didn't expect this one to be in there. Totally expected this one to be in there, but not these ones. I might give these a go because I've never actually really, I've tested them kind of briefly, but yeah, I don't know. I might not really be understanding why they are so loved. I think shade-wise, well, I've got Flamenco and Mini Me here. There wasn't a specific shade chosen for the blush sticks. I might go with this one. It's a little bit lighter and hopefully a little bit safer just in case things go wrong. So I'm going to pop it on the back of my hand first just to get the color out. Ooh, that is a really, really pretty color. And it's not, I guess one of the great things about these ColourPop like cream blushes is they're not like a super sort of sticky, tacky formula. They do generally dry down to quite a nice, it's nearly like a gel to powder-ish sort of a finish once it's blended into the skin. Normally with my oily skin, like cream blushes and me, like, whoo, we do not get along. But based on how this is sort of like applying, it's not too bad. Very, very natural on the skin. And it does give me kind of like a really sort of soft hue, like a soft glow. Yeah, that's actually not bad at all, you guys. For highlighter, the Reader's Choice was still, again, and this is a product that's been hanging around, like everybody has been loving it for years and years and years. The Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors. The editors chose the Milani, was it the Milani like baked highlighter? I unfortunately don't have that. I do have this though, so we're going to be using this today. I've got the color Champagne Pop here. There was no specific shade chosen by the readers, but it did say that by far this was the most loved highlighter for the year 2020, and like it's kind of like the original iconic highlighter. Like when highlighting was sort of first coming in, Becca was there. Like this is the highlighter you had to have, and that was years and years and years ago. So I do think it's really, I mean, look at that. Look at that. It's absolutely crazy. So I do think it's so cool that they're still hanging around, that they're still like really, really loved. Everybody's just like still obsessed. I think that's cool. You know, a product's good when it's people's favorites for like years and years and years and years. That's a very, very good sign. For lips, there were many, many faves. The Fenty Gloss Bomb lip glosses, totally agree. An amazing lip gloss. I rave on about them all the time. Also, the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in the shade Pillow Talk. This is another one of my favorite formulas. Really, really beautiful, soft, natural kind of formula. Long lasting, not drying on the lips. But one product that I was so excited to see on the list, and this is again something else that I've just been obsessed with for ages, were these lippy sort of pencils by Maybelline. They call these the Super Stay ink crayons. I have been raving on and on and on and on about these for months. I absolutely love the formula of these. They're kind of like a lip liner lipstick hybrid, but they're really, really creamy, really comfortable on the lips. And they honestly do last all day. They're absolutely amazing. That's what they look like when you first get them. They're kind of like a little crayon. Yeah, it's essentially if a lip pencil and a lipstick had a baby, this is what you'd get. I'm going to use this shade here, Run the World. I might do a bit of an ombre because I have got a couple of colors here. I just love that these ones, like, they're so easy to multitask with. You can line your lips with them, you can fill your lips with them. And once they're on, it honestly lasts all day. They're a very comfortable, like, creamy formula. They're not drying. I'd go to say that this is probably one of my favorite lip products for the entire year. All right, so just use that one kind of like around the perimeter to fill the lip. Give it a little bit of definition. Oh, honestly, best formula ever. And then on the inner portion of the lips, I'm going to take the shade Lead the Way, which is sort of more of like a pinky nude. Just give the lips like a bit of a very subtle sort of ombre finish. And then finally, to finish off the look, we have a setting spray. This is one of the Editor's Choice winners, the Hourglass Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. I've tried this and I've never really been that wowed by it, but at the same time, I'm like super loyal to my Holy Grail setting sprays because I'm like, okay, don't break it if it's not broken kind of a thing. But yeah, I find that this is okay. I don't think it does anywhere near a good as job as the Gerard Cosmetics one or even as the Urban Decay All Nighter, but yeah, I mean, it's okay. It does have a really, really cool mister. It's like so satisfying, so soft when it comes out. But let's put this one on. And it definitely does get rid of like the powdery finish sort of on the skin. It makes the skin look more like skin. But I wouldn't say I've had amazing results with it getting my makeup to last like all day long kind of a thing. But here you go, guys. This is the entire finished look. I'm actually quite happy with how things worked out today. And a lot of the products, as you heard, like I'm so glad, and I totally agree with them being on the winners list. Some of my holy grails in this for sure, and also some new products that I was like, oh, didn't even really know about that one. But yes, let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Were any of these products your holy grails? Do you think that, you know, they deserve to be winners, or do you have other favorites? And if you do have other favorites that you think totally should have been at the top of the list, let me know. I want to know all of your thoughts in the comments, and also let me know what you think of the finished look. I'm not mad at how things turned out. I do feel like that Hourglass spray makes me look a little bit maybe too shiny, but I'm not mad with how my skin is looking at all. All right, guys, I love you all heaps. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you in my next one.